They say private equity firms are transparent with regulators, but the truth? There's a whole side of the story they keep hidden away. Stuff so intense, it shakes the very foundations of the game you think you know. Because here's the harsh reality none of them want you to see. What plays out behind closed doors is a carefully woven illusion designed to protect their own power while leaving the rest exposed, vulnerable, and often powerless. You sit there, day after day, trying to navigate this world of investments, acquisitions, management. You wrestle with questions that feel like traps. Am I getting the full picture? Am I truly in control? Or is there some shadow force pulling strings you can't even see? What they're not telling regulators is exactly those invisible strings and the wild chaos those strings intentionally hide. Understand this. The problem isn't just bad actors or mistakes. It's a system designed to obscure, to confuse, and to keep the powerful protected behind layers of legal fog, jargon, and strategic silence. They paint a picture of stability and order, but underneath, the truth is raw, brutal, and sometimes downright dangerous. These firms push valuations, manipulate debt, juggle assets in ways that look beautiful on paper, but are cracked, unstable, and explosive under pressure. And the regulators? They get a version carefully filtered for comfort, a version that keeps alarms silent and fingers clean. If you're a leader, a president, a manager, an investor who's ever felt the creeping doubt, the itch beneath your skin when numbers don't quite add up or promises don't quite deliver, you're not alone. It's not paranoia. It's the natural response to a system that thrives on masking risk and stretching reality. The pain? It's not just financial. It's erosion of trust, breakdown of fairness, and the slow suffocation of innovation and true leadership. But here's the breakthrough you came for. This problem is fixable. Not by waiting for some bureaucratic miracle, or by hoping for regulators to suddenly become superheroes overnight. No. The power to change this starts with you, those rare individuals who refuse to be silenced or shackled by false narratives. It's about awakening a new way of seeing private equity, cracking open the facade, and taking control with strategies the insiders don't want you to know. You're about to step into the real game, the one defined by ruthless clarity, skillful navigation, and unshakable confidence. First, reject the myth that transparency equals truth. Regulators may demand documents, audits, and reports, but they only scratch the surface. The real story lives in the timing of deals, the hidden terms, the shifts between equity and debt, the unspoken pressures on portfolio companies. You need to develop an intuition, a proactive, almost obsessive attention to detail that reveals what's intentionally kept in shadows. This means getting your hands dirty in data, talking to insiders, breaking down financial statements like a surgeon breaking down a body, every line, every movement, every outlier screaming for attention. Second, understand the power of network intelligence. These firms operate not just in numbers, but in layers of relationships and information flows that regulators can never fully grasp. Your edge is to build your own ecosystem of trusted experts, insiders, former operators, and unconventional voices who see beyond the scripts and sales pitches. Think of it as your own internal radar, a dynamic ecosystem feeding you the reality behind the curtain faster than anyone else. It's not just about gathering info, but connecting dots in ways that reveal patterns, risks, and opportunities no standard report ever will. Third, don't be fooled by short-term wins or flashy headlines. Private equity firms, no regulators, the public, and even investors can be dazzled by quick returns that mask deeper instability. You need to master patience, the long game. That means resisting the urge to celebrate before the dust settles. Top decision makers understand that true value is grounded in endurance and rigorous scrutiny, not hype or forced narratives. Equip yourself with tools and mental models that stress test assumptions beyond the immediate quarter, revealing vulnerabilities that only surface with time, because reality has a way of catching up, and when it does, it's unforgiving. Next, reclaim sovereignty over your own decision-making. Many leaders get caught in webs of conformity or pressure, feeling the need to align with industry buzz or to follow common practices without questioning. But real leadership demands breaking free from these chains. Trust your gut, question everything you see, and don't hesitate to challenge even the loudest voices in the room. The truly powerful don't ask for permission to think differently. They take it. This means developing a mindset that welcomes discomfort, embraces uncertainty, and understands that true control lies not in controlling others, but mastering yourself. Now, let's talk about transformation. The industry is evolving faster than most realize, partly because those shadow plays grow riskier and regulators inch closer to catching up. This is your chance, not a threat, to lead the new wave of private equity that embraces full authenticity, radical transparency, and responsible growth. Look for ways to integrate ESG principles honestly, not as marketing or a box to check, but as real forces that shape valuation and sustainability. Seek out innovations like blockchain for real-time, immutable records. Foster cultures within portfolio companies that prize accountability without suffocation. These moves create resilience that no short-sighted financial engineering can match. But here's the secret weapon that almost no one talks about: selective alignment. It's tempting to want to play the field, to engage with every opportunity or partner who promises growth. Resist that urge. Your strength grows exponentially when you connect with a few others who burn as fiercely as you do. People who think beyond status quo, who are radical enough to challenge industry norms and collaborative enough to build something that outlasts any single deal. Building these strategic relationships doesn't just open doors. It creates new ones you didn't know existed, reshaping what's possible. Finally, embrace patience as your secret resource. In a world that celebrates speed and disruption, patience feels counterintuitive, yet it's the ultimate advantage. Regulatory change takes time. Real cultural shifts in firms take time. But those who hold steady, who cultivate deep knowledge and relationships over years instead of quarters, will emerge as the true winners, guardians who don't just survive, but redefine what private equity means. Understand that while the system pushes noise, you amplify essence by playing the long game relentlessly. So, to those watching, who feel that unbearable tension inside, the one that whispers you are meant for more, that the current system isn't just flawed, but broken, it's time to stop waiting for others to save you. The power to expose what private equity firms hide from regulators isn't somewhere out there. It's here, in your hands, right now. With sharp eyes, a fierce network, a refusal to swallow easy answers, a mindset wired for transformation, selective partnerships, and the iron will to wait and win, you can turn the tables. You can illuminate the dark corners that keep this system spinning on illusions. Remember, real freedom doesn't come from rules or approvals. It comes from owning your reality, unlearning what you thought was fixed, and building your future one fearless step at a time. The silent suffering of being misled, misaligned, and misrepresented ends with you. This is your moment. The rare ones who dare to face the truth and rewrite the narrative will change everything. Not because the system wants it, because you make it happen. Don't let the smoke and mirrors convince you they're unbeatable. The real story is nearly impossible to hide when enough of us dare to see it, when enough of us choose to connect, when enough of us refuse to settle for a borrowed life in a borrowed system. This is the awakening. This is the revolution hidden in plain sight. It's raw, it's relentless, and it's unstoppable. Because it's fueled by people like you who know the smoke can't last if the fire burns bright enough. So dive deep, question harder, align sharper, wait longer, transform relentlessly. The private equity world won't know what hit it, and you'll be the one who reshaped the rules before anyone else even realized they were broken. Every number, every deal, every conversation can be reclaimed from fog into fierce clarity. Stay with that fire burning. Your future demands nothing less.